November 8, 2022 will be a date for the history books of passenger rail in Canada. For the first time in over 20 years, Via Rail welcomes new rolling stock to replace its corridor fleet. We had the chance of seeing it in November of last year, but this time we can go for a ride. Join us as we board one of the very first revenue runs. Our adventure starts at Via Station in Ottawa. There has been considerable work done to improve the station, and it shows throughout. This includes a new business lounge that, unfortunately, we will not explore today. Some context before we go any further. The current corridor fleet is composed of various types of cars and locomotives. The issue is that most of them are way beyond their service life. The first LRC cars were delivered in 1981 and are still in service after multiple refurbishment, each more complicated than the previous one. In 2018, Via Rail finally got funding to replace the entire corridor fleet with modern, bidirectional Siemens Venture train set. This is where we are now. The first of those train sets is now entering service. Today, we are riding between Ottawa and Montreal aboard train 26. The new trains are very sleek and modern. Among the many changes, exterior information displays with the train number and destination. Very neat. Once inside, the wide aisle and bright ambience can be felt immediately. Oh, and yes, there is that new train smell. Economy is arranged in a 2-2 layout. As the new trains are bidirectional, you have seats facing towards the front and the back. The new Venture cars are a real improvement from the previous ones. They have an open luggage shelf, full LED lighting, information displays throughout, and are fully accessible. We depart on time and slowly make our way out of Ottawa. The ride on the train is particularly smooth and quiet, especially when compared to the older cars used by Via. As always, we are welcomed by a word from the service director.
Via Rail Canada and the entire crew, I'd like to welcome everyone on board train number 26 en route to Quebec City. Today our train is scheduled to make stop at Alexandria, Dorval, Montreal, Saint-Lambert, Saint-Hyacinthe, Drummondville, Charny, Sainte-Foy, and Quebec. On behalf today is a very special day for us. As you can see, we're welcoming you on board our new Siemens Venture fleet. So it's a very special day for us, and we would like to have your opinion. So if you have a moment to please fill out the survey or the QR card that you can find on your table there, and find and help us gather some information on our behalf. That would be greatly appreciated to have your feedback. Thank you very much. Following this, another message will follow, so we ask you to pay good attention to it. Thank you very much, and have a good trip.
Accessibility was a key factor when designing the new fleet. Wider alleys, multiple wheelchair elevators, additional reserved areas with seating, and large accessible bathrooms. Everything was designed with a focus on accessibility. For the crews, the galleys have been completely redesigned and modernized, considerably larger and more functional, with trash bins that the passenger can use throughout their trip. As we continue to make our way through Eastern Ontario, the train reaches a top speed of 160 km per hour, even though we had to slow down for a freight train. Again, I must compliment the ride quality. I am riding this on board my return LRC trip, and even though the speed is lower, it is not as comfortable. Quick side note regarding business class. They use the same seats, but in a 2-1 configuration with more legroom. There is also a semi-closed off meeting space for groups. Otherwise, it is quite similar in terms of configuration. The real difference is the level of service. As we approach Dorval on time, it is a good moment to reflect on our trip. Even after 2 hours, the seats are still comfortable. They are quite firm, but it's hard to know how much of it is due to them being brand new. The future looks bright for Via's new fleet. It might have been overdue for a while, but finally having modern train sets will hopefully help Via Rail encourage more people to choose the rails instead of flying. One thing is for sure, the crews and staff at Via Rail are excited by the new opportunities brought forward by those new trains. I wish them the best, as more of them are delivered. Final stop, Gare Centrale. Time to say goodbye to the new trains and head outside. Thank you for joining us on this historic day. I hope it makes you excited for the future of passenger rail in Canada. For more, visit us at railfans.ca and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos.